Hello, I'm Kinch. This is Barwick, and wait for it. Boom! Crystal League 3 promoted a third straight Clan War League win, fifth straight promotion, and this one's extra sweet. I've never been so happy to be proven wrong before. And well, I shouldn't say never, but it's been a really, really, really long time. So it's worth noting for those of you who didn't watch my predictions video that I didn't think that we would necessarily win. Now, I didn't think it was outside the realm of possibility, but from what I could gather, the clan that finished second, and we can go look at our group. This Arabic clan that finished second, I was worried they would be better than they were. The truth is that for the size of their town halls and the size of their roster, they weren't very good attackers. I mean, they weren't the worst attackers, but they weren't very good. Let's just go ahead and we'll review all of my predictions. It's kind of fun to go back and look and see how close I was. I'm not really shocked by anything. There were two clans that I think reversed a little bit and what I thought would happen. Outside of that, I was really pretty close. Coming in eighth, Silent Master, that's who I picked to finish eighth. It was really close. They had seventh wrapped up, it seemed like, until the very end. Finishing seventh, as I predicted, Crazy Wizards. But now here's where some of the surprises start. Now, finishing sixth was the next one. Now, I know before the Clan War League, when people were sizing up the enemy clans, this one looked pretty good. They do have some big bases, and I would venture a guess. I could go back and do the math, but I'm not gonna. I would venture a guess that people scored fewer stars against them, kind of on average, because they had some big bases, but they weren't very good attackers. So they didn't, and they weren't all that active to be honest either. So they finished a surprise sixth. Now I had them finishing fourth, so it's not like they were a huge swing. Destructores sneaking out a win. They were in sixth place for the majority of this Clan War League, but bumped themselves up to fifth on the last day. So I had them finish in sixth. They finished fifth. That's one off. Finishing fourth was Morvac. Now I had them finishing third. I do think that there was a couple of weird things for them where if they would have attacked more, I think they easily could have finished third, but I think they had one more where they didn't, or one daily battle where they didn't attack at all. So, but then they had others where they had all 15 attacks in. So who knows what was going on over there. Um, so I had them finishing third. They finished fourth. This was probably the biggest. It's not even the biggest jump. I had this in clan 143, the Italian clan. I had them finishing fifth. They finished third. To be honest, it's not so much that they finished third that's surprising, but they were in third kind of the entire way. So they did really, really well. And then, of course, I picked Barwick to finish second. That was a giant mistake, obviously, probably the biggest mistake of this whole pick. I'm super happy that I was wrong. We won. We led the entire way. We had the most stars every day. It was just a really, really good all around war. The truth of the matter is, getting into Crystal League, let's go back and look at it again because it's so much fun. Let's do it again. So boom, Crystal League. Getting into Crystal League helps with a lot of things. One, it definitely helps with recruiting because there's a lot of people out there that will only join clans in Crystal League. So we'll see what that yields for us over the long run. In the short term, probably not much, but in the long run, maybe a little bit easier. The other thing getting into Crystal League does is it's going to make things harder. So this was I, obviously we won and won handily, but this was probably the hardest one we've had since our first one when we were all really low town hall levels and we got absolutely shellacked. But aside from that, this was a tough one. It was more difficult than the others, but still, we managed it. I think we'll be generally okay for the remainder of Crystal. Now, we always still run the chance of being matched up against some really tough guys, but I think we'll be able to compete. But it is going to get harder. The higher we get, the harder it is. Revisiting the mistakes that Kinch made during this war, obviously my prediction was off and I should have picked Barwick to finish first. As Matt pointed that out in Discord, he's not wrong. However, there was another. It's easy to say mistake. I think it's more hindsight being 2020. I was, you know, I thought about maybe doing a 30 versus 30 war, and I chose not to. And I think we're kind of teetering right now. We're bigger than 15 verse 15, but we don't quite have the accounts to do a solid 30 verse 30 where if something comes up we can sub some people out. So I apologize when we look at this. The one thing that I take away is maybe not as awesome is like we still had 22 people get 8+ stars, and so that's 22 people getting full Clan War League medals. And we got a couple of other accounts that got some. And I mean, everyone gets a portion. So everyone who is selected for this gets a portion, but it's just smaller. So I wish I could have gotten more of us in. But as we continue to progress, we are just going to face tougher and tougher competition. And I can't put a Town Hall 12 into a war where I know the lowest base is going to be a Town Hall 14. The lowest enemy base is going to be a Town Hall 14. So, know as we continue to progress, that will continue to get harder. So keep leveling up those bases. Um, and again, I apologize for not being able to get more of you in, but I wanted to make sure that we secured the win, and I didn't want to give the enemy any breathing room. As I state before every Clan War League, our priority is to do what we can to win. Right after that, uh, if we've got it totally in the in the bag, I'll put some people in, and that's what I did in the last round. I was confident we would win the day, but I knew it would cost us some stars overall. But that is what it is. We don't need to do a victory lap at that point. All right, let's talk bonuses. Now, this is always really, really difficult for me for a variety of reasons. One, I mean, I feel like a bonus is kind of a sign of appreciation for all the work you guys do. And I mean, I appreciate all of you guys. We had 24 participants in the war. I appreciate you guys. I mean, without all those stars, we don't win. So, I mean, I wish I had 24 bonuses to give out, but I don't. I have 9. Um, and so, what makes it even harder is if just consider this: if I just did it by accounts, we have 10 accounts who got perfect stars. Now, meaning that every attack they had, they 3-starred. So we could come down here to like, Aki, who got 9 stars. It's perfect. Same as Matt. Um, he got perfect stars. And that goes all the way up to the top, right? Ridiculous and Simo, perfect stars. I mean, it's just 10. There's 10 of us. And then there's an additional 5 who just missed 1 star. So they got, we'll say, perfect -1. And in some of those cases, those were guys that were, say, like a Town Hall 13 attacking a Town Hall 14. So, I mean, that's still a really, really good attack, right? So it becomes really difficult for me. And so I want people to know that a couple things. I haven't stated this in a while. As long as people are using all their attacks, which in this case we use 100% of attacks, as long as people are doing that, I will never give a bonus to myself or one of my accounts, just because I don't like the way that feels and or looks. Um, I think you guys do. I mean, I'm just one guy. I can't do anything without the rest of you guys. So know that I won't give it to myself. Also, if you have multiple accounts in a war, um, I'm just going to give it to one of your accounts. So instead of having one person get potentially say 3 bonuses, it's going to be 3 accounts but 1 player, and that would be 1 bonus for all of them. So I may not give it to the exact correct account, but it's to the person. So with that being said, I have picked out several of the guys who I thought went a good bit above and beyond, and really, really did well. The obvious choice, anyone who is the top base in our lineup and gets 21 stars. Simo, I mean, perfect stars. He's always attacking big bases, and he still 3-starred them all. So really, really good job. Additionally, Mini Boss, 6 attacks, 18 stars, and he was always attacking big bases. In some cases, higher than his. I believe he had to attack a town. It was maybe a rush Town Hall 17, but it was a Town Hall 17 nonetheless. Um, Fury and Old Man Awesome at the Town Hall 14 level, really holding down the fort. Um, some really good attacks from both of them. I thought Fury had perfect stars, but then I think on the last day, I feel like the last day of Clan War League fatigue sets in because my eyes start going cross-eyed at that stuff. But really, really good stuff. So thank you, Fury, Old Man Awesome, for holding down the middle of our lineup. You guys are super, super, super reliable. A newcomer to our clan who was was perfect on stars, but also really good on the trash talk with his brother, and that is Hulk. I can't imagine what it's like to be in the house with you two because I feel like all you guys do is harass each other. It's probably really, really funny from the outside looking in, but really good job in war. And I also appreciate that you guys, both Cam and Hulk and Fury and Old Man Awesome, and even I think Gamgee at some point, we shuffled around some attacks to play to people's strengths so we could get the majority of the most stars that we could get. And I appreciate you guys, checking the pinned comments and following along with that. I think uh, uh, Boss's Eevee account was involved in some of those shuffles as well. So thank you guys for your coordination and paying attention to that bit of detail. Um, and another couple guys who got perfect stars, Birdman and Austin. Especially, I think Birdman on the last day, he's a Town Hall 13, took out a Town Hall 14. It was a sizable 14. It was not like some rushed 14. So really good job there. The last two go to another couple of guys who are super reliable throughout. I mean, this goes beyond just this Clan War League. Been here since the beginning, and that is Rooster. And I'm going to scroll down here to Aki. Really, really good job, guys. Again, I can't have done this without all your guys' help. I wish I had more bonuses to give out. Obviously, I don't. But the guys who earned them, well earned. Thank you guys so much for your efforts. Again, we will look at as we go forward and we continue our efforts in recruiting. We will look at trying to get to a 30 versus 30 man war so we can get even more people Clan War League medals, or we can get you more Clan War League medals. Because if you didn't participate at all, you get, I think, just a small number. I think it was right around 37 or something like that. But know that I wish I could get everyone in. That's the stuff that actually keeps me up at night. Missed stars, that doesn't bother me. Things like that. I can get over that. But I know that Clan War League is a big thing, and we want everyone having fun. And so I wish I could bring everybody, but it just didn't really quite work out. But that's it. So those are the bonuses. So congratulations. Spend them wisely. Get something cool. So that is the Clan War League wrap up. Let's watch the animation one more time. There it is, Crystal League 3. Super proud of you guys. Good job. And thank you guys for all that you do. We will see you again soon. Peace out.